joining us on today's Community Connection. I'm Jason Laird, joined by Jenna Lawson and Tom Hazen. Special Olympics Montana here to talk about 2019 Polar Plunge.
That's right.
Right around the corner. Now, we were talking about this before we went on air. You guys are staying bundled up.
Absolutely.
Keep the warmth contained before the Polar Plunge.
Absolutely.
You know, so talk about that 2019 Polar Plunge. What can folks kind of expect at this year's Polar Plunge?
Well, it's one of the big events at the downtown Christmas stroll. We have a huge crowd that gathers for us every year. You know, there'll be music, there'll be announcements. We'll have themes and costumes, large teams, small teams, individuals. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of enthusiasm, and the best part is it gives the crowd a great opportunity to interact with athletes like Jenna here and support her in her Olympic pursuits.
Right, and Jenna, I don't even know how many years you've been doing it. Quite a few, right?
Yeah, over 15.
Over 50, geez. Now, do you have your theme locked down this year? Do you know what you're going to go as?
Not yet.
Not yet, so it'll be a complete surprise once we get to that
Yeah.
point, in other words. What would you tell folks who maybe, like myself, are too chicken to do this? What would you tell them?
You can still raise money.
Right? Okay, very
Or-
cool. So I can still, help out even if I
Yeah.
don't want to take the plunge per se.
Yeah.
There's still ways to help out.
We actually have a wonderful section set aside for folks just like you. We call it the Too Chicken to Plunge section. You'll be able, we'll announce you, we'll give you some credence, we'll point out the fact that you're a little too chicken to get in the water, and I'll laugh
Right.
rigorously at you.
Right. So in other words, you have to raise more money if you're not going to plunge.
Right. I mean, you
kind
want
of
to
cover it a little bit.
Yeah, cover the stigma a bit. You know.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. The more money you get, the less bad you feel about not hopping in.
Right. And talk a little bit about how important it is to have a fundraiser like this to be able to help out with Special Olympics.
Well, this one's huge for us. The Polar Plunge is a big fundraiser that we do in conjunction with the Law Enforcement Torch Run, which is a cooperative venture with the law enforcement personnel across the state. The Polar Plunge is actually our second biggest fundraiser of the year behind our big raffle. 60% of all funds that are raised at each of the 13 Polar Plunges across the state stay with the local teams and the local athletes, and then the other 40% goes to the state office. And we at the state office use that to put on the big events like the state summer games that'll be held here in Great Falls in May, the big basketball state tournament that we just had down in Butte. So it's huge, and it does a lot to support not only the overall mission of Special Olympics Montana, but the specific athletes in the local area.
Right. And Jenna, to be involved with that for, 15 plus years, what's that like as an athlete?
It's fun. I have good time.
Right. Right.
And I've been an athlete for a long time.
Right. I'd imagine that's a really great opportunity to
Yeah.
interact with the community and get out and help out, right?
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's an awesome opportunity, and the athletes are the real stars of this show. Jenna and her teammates, and then there's other teams that we have come down that are comprised almost entirely of athletes, and they really do. I mean, we have police officers, we have firemen,
Yeah.
but they're the ones that everybody comes to see because they're the
Right.
ones having the most fun with it.
Right.
So,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. And I mean, there's some pretty unique costumes every year too. I mean.
Oh,
let's be real.
absolutely, absolutely. And I've heard some of the themes already, and some of them, I'm not going to give away any secrets.
Right.
Or,
Have to show up. To see
Right, yeah, no spoilers in your interview here,
Right.
unfortunately. But come down and see them. They're always a blast. They're always very topical. They always tie into the local news
Right.
cycle or culture. It's just a hoot.
Awesome. So 2019 Special Olympics Polar Plunge coming up just around the corner. Hope to see all of you out there December 6th.